You're listening to the M.A.V. show, episode number 25, the finale. All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the M.A.V. show.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Welcome back, guys. Man, it's been a minute. I'm your host, King Vontae, KV for short.
I'm your co-host, Little Brother.
I'm Rocky.
And I'm Xyerci.
What's up, guys? How y'all been? It's been a minute since we, came together, got something out. It's been a minute. I mean, we had reasons, but it's been a minute.
It really has.
Yep.
Between getting it up on YouTube, which we're on YouTube, of course, getting it up, the studio up, it's just been a lot of stuff here and there.
I know. It took a minute to also build our wonderful, new, beautiful room that we have. Getting new equipment so we can actually all be together in one room versus doing everything on Zoom calls, on Discord. It took a minute. Longer than I thought it would, but it's finally together, so I'm happy for that.
You know, if it takes a while or if it feels like it takes forever, usually it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, except for, it takes something like 5 years to get something going. Other than that, I would agree.
Well, we weren't gone 5 years, thankfully, because
That's
Yeah.
true.
that's not something that somebody's going to pick right back up. Like, oh, look.
And what inspired you to do this podcast to begin with? RDC World 1 took like 5 years to even get like, 100,000 followers or something like that. And now they're like one of the bigger, no, I won't say that. They're not one of the bigger YouTubers, but they're pretty up there.
Oh, yes, they are. But let's catch up.
I'm looking at y'all. Y'all don't know who RDC World 1 is.
They have
No
to.
idea. And I heard something about World War, and I was like, I don't think I heard correctly from the beginning of that statement. So.
We're going to definitely have to show you guys them. Like, they're dope.
Yeah, they put out content that you guys like.
Oh, 100%.
That's very, very.
Never
hard to
mind.
hit.
They don't put out content that y'all like. I realize who I'm talking to. Xyerci and Rocky are both interesting characters.
They like sports, and be like, dang, that's tough because I don't.
It is bad because they do. They do put out stuff like that.
I figured.
LeBron James likes their stuff. I know y'all know who LeBron James is.
You have to.
LeBron James physically goes on Twitter and likes their stuff.
I did not know that part though. But he's dope.
Yeah, they posted videos. They were hyped when they saw that. LeBron did, Drake did, J. Cole did. J. Cole actually sent them some shoes.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I'll be sitting on that thing all the time. Like, yo, you see these new shoes J. Cole got me? Hey, man, I appreciate you.
You can take an Alfred, put your shoes on the countertop so they can see it.
Hey, right there. Like, these smoke is fresh. Once again, what you guys been up to? Anything new?
Keeping up voice acting. That's all I'm doing.
Working on my new job still. Not really doing a whole lot. I just finished my training for Plant 3D, so hopefully they use it so I have something to do.
Okay. Sexy in the back.
Not much different. I still, same job, trying to get promoted for the past freaking 4, 5, 6 months.
Ooh.
But they suck, so.
Man, I hope we get that promotion. But you guys have also been working on your guys' YouTube channel, doing you guys' own co-op gameplay. Talk about that.
Yeah, we started a YouTube channel a couple months ago.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think sometime late last year. And yeah, just like as you said, we do a lot of co-op gameplays, a lot of story-based games right now.
Well, we say a lot, but we've only really done Gears of War, the first one. We just finished it. We started Gears of War 2. But we're going to get more into co-op games. Like, we're going to do Halo and honestly, whatever co-op
and
games
then
we find.
I want to put up some multiplayer, like us on a team versus other people, stuff like that.
I'll watch it, definitely. You guys ever play like any Fortnites, Apexes? No. None of that?
We'll never play Fortnite. Fortnite is an awful game.
The only time I'll ever play Fortnite is if a girl's like, I'll date you to play Fortnite and be like, dang, Fortnite is looking real good right now. Other than that, nah, I'm never going to play Fortnite. Yeah. I'll play Apex to a degree, not willingly to most point. Not in my free time, I should say. It's more like I'm playing Siege more again, and I'm playing Call of Duty Warzone, and that's really... Do we play anything else, really? A bit of squad.
Yeah, random. You and sometimes we'll pick up random little games that are cost $20 or less on Steam, and then we'll play them until the game doesn't work anymore or we get bored of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you said, we literally just picked up Warzone after not playing it for 4, 5, 6 months.
Oh, it was worth it though, man.
Yeah.
We were going ham on people. Oh, I was loving it. They didn't believe my gun. No sight, no nothing. Over here just dropping people, no recoil. I'm like, yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. See,
That's what's up.
little brother, I ain't gonna like. We want to follow in their footsteps and get some stuff out from Apex. Like yo, we
Since
definitely got some good
Apex
plays.
is a
Like,
superior game to that.
I wish I had tea so I could drink it.
I'm sorry, I'm just a bigger Apex fan than Warfare. So
If I had to pick a game that I really play probably more than anything, it's always just a single player game. I choose a single player game over a multiplayer game any day.
oh, 100%. Like I've never really been a big multiplayer game, except for like if I had to play with my little brother here. But other than that, like I really did not get into online play until Killzone 2 or mostly to like this bigger.
Killzone was a thing.
I love
yeah.
Killzone.
I forgot
as a kid.
about that.
I feel like they should come out with more, man. But after Shadowfall, so many people fell off and said it was bad. It's either you
was
liked
pretty
it
bad.
or you hated it. It's not even love. It's either you liked it or you hated it.
It was pretty bad.
I only ever played the first mission of the third one. Got 20 minutes in, constantly getting my butt kicked by whatever those people are called.
Hellgas.
And then I put the controller down and never touched it again.
I miss it. But let's get into what we're gonna get into today, guys.
What are we doing?
All right, so for our season finale, I've been kind of going through a few things, a little Quora, a little Reddit, a little just different places, and I just been reading people's like opinions on different topics, and so I kind of wanted to.
So you're starting to turn off an argument is what you're talking about.
not arguments.
No, that's what's going to happen. I know it's going to happen.
I mean, sure, we can go into some arguments, but just a comment or do a little reaction on different people's opinions on unpopular anime opinions.
Okay, I see what you... Okay, well, lay it on us then. What you got for us?
All right, cool. To start off, I think we can all agree. We're just going to all agree here. Goku is not the strongest anime character, right?
I mean, against people that I could think about, pitted up against him.
Saitama.
But
We're
once
not
again,
going there.
We
Okay.
can't balance that because Saitama, he got thrown to the... But
He's a joke character. I'll give you that.
yeah, if I had to say something, I wouldn't be able to pick another anime character who could beat him, I guess, or saying he's stronger. I don't really, as you've seen, I don't watch a whole lot of animes. Because then it's like, who am I going to pick? Saitama, joke character once again. Gintama, joke character. It's really off base for me to be able to.
It's really hard to somebody like even if you was to put Goku in their universe, like who could kind of keep up with him based off his power level.
Yeah, like you couldn't throw him in My Hero and expect All Might to beat him. Just, I mean, same thing. You could put him in a bunch of different animes, but depending on what their limits are, is what we'll get.
Well, we've never seen other than like All Might going at all for one. His last 100%, but none of us have actually seen All Might in his prime going at it.
Yeah, we haven't. I
feel like All Might could take him.
Only if in the context of Goku going to their universe, I could see that, but it doesn't work worldwide clashing.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna use Death Battles as an example because Death Battles, especially as of late, I feel like they've just been.
I think they're biased. Real biased.
Yes.
I think they're so heavily influenced on one side.
Yes.
And because I actually watch a lot of Death Battles, and then I'll watch like lore videos on those characters, and there's so much stuff they didn't talk about that makes them so much stronger that it's like they probably left out intentionally because it was too strong or something, but it just didn't seem fair.
Yeah.
All right. I do like this one because I do feel like this way, but so many people disagree with me. Luffy lost to Katakuri, right? I don't know if you guys are. No, you guys definitely seen the fight.
I love how we have these pauses because we start thinking about him.
I'm trying to think of who it is. He's fought so many people.
So he's no, Katakuri is from Big Mom's.
Is he the Mochi guy?
Yeah, the Mochi guy.
Did he lose, or just say would he have lost?
No, he lost. He lost that fight.
I actually skipped Big Mom's arc. I hated the arc to begin with, and I skipped it, and I'm right on the samurai arc.
He's not the first time. He's not the first time I've heard somebody say that they hate the Big Mom arc.
Yeah, I was watching it, and then when the Big Mom arc started, it was just so hard to get into. I just skipped over. I just hopped right into the next arc, which was the samurai one. Plus, I like Zoro so much better. So when Zoro was kind of
Zoro's the best character
more active in that show, I was like, that was totally worth it.
Okay. Little brother, do you think he lost?
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen it.
How have y'all not seen this? Hold on.
Don't even bother asking Xyerci. I'll tell you right now, he hasn't even watched it. He has never watched the show up, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't even know what show you guys are talking about.
One Piece.
Okay. I thought I heard Luffy, so I was like, or maybe they're talking about One Piece.
Yeah, so I was correct on that.
The only time I ever watched One Piece was when it came out on WB Kids.
Really?
Oh my god, it did, didn't it?
Yep, it came out for probably maybe a season's worth or whatever a season's worth is back when it was on WB Kids.
Yeah, I think he got as far as fighting Smoker on that island where
talking about like 4 Kids?
Yeah.
The program
WB4 Kids.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think I remember it got all the way up to where Smoker fought him and on that island where not Blackbeard, what's his name? Gold Roger was executed at. I think that's literally where the whole thing ended.
I remember that was hated on because they Americanized it so much. That's the first time, because you know how Sanji's always smoking on a cigarette.
Yeah,
they're the ones who turned it into a lollipop.
I don't know why.
They like PG-13 it, didn't they? That's why
they PG-13 the heck out of it.
Like the weird part is, I don't remember it ever being a lollipop. I remember it a cigarette. I mean, like watching it in here in America. I don't know where they're like, oh, it's a lollipop. I'm like, I always see him smoke a cigarette. Like, I don't know what everybody's saying. Like, why it was Americanized to be a lollipop. I'm like, I don't know where y'all seen this, but I've never seen that.
Yeah, if you go back.
But then again, you also got to remember, everybody there is under the age of 18. Except for like Zoro and Robin later on, everybody was really under the age of 18.
Actually, they did that for us. They didn't. Japan was going to leave it as is. Americans, they at the time, because if you ever think about it, back then TV was so sensitive, and people thought if you watched the wrong thing, then your child would be corrupted forever. So they Americanized it to the point of just like no return, and that's the same reason why they did it is the same reason that they got canceled. Because nobody liked it after they touched it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what happens.
I think what I remember Steven smoke was because I was watching it on Toonami too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he smoked in the Toonami version because Toonami was for older kids.
Yeah.
Yes. I used to love watching Toonami.
Yeah.
Cool. Western cartoons are better than anime.
No.
I mean, I'm not going to say no, but I mean, in certain aspects, I guess, like story-wise, a lot of animes have the same crappy little storyline that they're just going to reuse over and over and over. I'm not going to boast about any cartoons we have here, but like some cartoons we do have pretty good storylines. Yeah, they're like the Finn and Jake Adventure Time.
Okay.
There
I was really going to ask you to give us some examples because I don't know.
There's a storyline in it.
Avatar? No, I say, you got to
there's
throw that in there.
There's a storyline in it.
Okay. I mean, Cartoon Network came out with so many great shows early 2010s. Like it was Adventure Time. There was the regular show.
Yeah, and regular show was good too. It had an actual storyline, but it was just filled in with for kids. It was meant to fill time. You know? So, but there is a clear cut story path.
Yeah, like that. I think that show was written for kids and teenagers at the same time because it just had the regular stupid cartoon stuff, and then also there was like drama and plot with the characters, like their love interests and stuff.
I'm not so sure if you guys watched Steven Universe, but
I like Steven Universe because of the story where it went. I didn't like the characters too much themselves, except for like a few, like I want to say Paparazzi, but I don't think any of y'all watched enough of Steven Universe to know. But regardless,
Paparazzi. Wait, no, I've seen a lot of Steven Universe. So who's Paparazzi?
Paparazzi is the one gem who could see into the future, but her future is like. But it's late. So she goes, Steven's here, and Steven's already standing there. Like, it's like, I was like, I love you so much. You're so dumb.
This freaking crash will happen.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a crash about to happen. Like, thanks for that.
Steven's here. It's like, oh, yeah, we know. But I liked her. She was funny.
Paparazzi was funny, yeah.
But I liked there was a story, and they stuck true all the way to the end. I didn't like the next season where he's an adult. They changed it too much.
He's a young teenager.
They apparently, I don't know. From what I saw, it was like I had never watched it myself. Steven Universe ended for me when Steven Universe ended.
Think of it like Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball GT. It was like a new arc, but this one was canon.
Oh,
exactly. Like a bunch of stuff changed. It's a whole new person, but it's canon.
But yes, and I also to also fight that argument, we can't really say that because a lot of the cartoons now versus anime, it's all based on what your I want to say like population is. Like in Japan, I guess they have those animes, but it's because that's what they watch over there. We have cartoons that look dumb as heck to us because as kids we didn't have that. We had, Teen Titans, and now they have like dorky looking characters that look like little fat chibies that walk around. And it's like
everything on Cartoon Network is really geared for like 13 and under versus what anime is like 14 and over. And then not only that, with anime, you have like a lot of different genres. Like you have like, the action stuff for the boys. You have romance and other different stuff for like girls and stuff. But cartoons, you don't really kind of have that. It's usually all geared towards one thing. It's just entertainment for kids.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what I mean. It's how it's made. We can't really compare the two. Like anime's better. Well, on what degree? Like, yeah, okay, some art is better, but what is good art to you? If you put the cartoons in front of if you put SpongeBob in front of a kid and Gurren in front of a kid, what's he gonna like more?
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, it might have been a bad choice saying Gurren, but if you picked like another anime, like you could possibly get away with him picking an anime, but
we could go with Baki no Hero.
Yeah, but there's too much talking. Kids will get bored.
Kids will get bored.
Gundam, too much talking. Kids will get bored. That's why SpongeBob's so funny because it changes the screen so fast. It's quick jokes, next scene, quick joke, next scene. Gundam, they'll talk for a few minutes. Gundam battle. Kid will be like, "Oh, cool. Watch that for a second. Battle's over. Done. Back to SpongeBob."
Yeah, because
that's a good point. Okay.
You gotta attend to the attention span of a child,
yes.
which is like the attention span of a gnat.
And your audience. That's what I was trying to use. Your audience. What is your target audience?
Okay. Fan service isn't hot. It's a waste of time and plot.
Okay, we've talked about this plenty of times.
Number one example is High School DxD,
and I've talked about this. There was too much, but High School DxD, I'm gonna say is okay because that was kind of like part of their story. It was already integrated. You knew from the get go what you're getting into. A perverted guy who literally had one goal in mind. All right, that was the goal of the story. I can't say it was too much because what was the beginning of it? That's literally all you saw. If you stayed, that's what you stayed for.
Okay, but so let's throw in other different anime where it's too over sexualized because like there's some where you have just enough or you know what you're getting into, and then you have some where you're just like, not every girl got to. So there's two of them that immediately come to my mind. Fairy Tail, where I was like, yo, it does not need to happen in every other episode. And then you have Fire Force, where after one character was introduced, it was like almost every episode.
I didn't like Fire Force. I'm not gonna watch it. I didn't like the main character.
I'm gonna defend Fire Force.
I'm not saying it's bad. Okay, I'm tired of y'all. Like I'm gonna defend it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I'm not gonna watch it.
Okay.
I know it's not your thing. But go ahead.
Tamagiri, I think that's her name, and don't correct me if I'm wrong. I'll go back and look at it. But she's just the cat girl. For some reason, they, whatever fan service is for, they made her the fan service character. But it's not every episode, and oddly enough, it's not always every time she's on screen. Even it's just for some reason they have her as the fan service character, and it's she's literally the only one it comes from. It doesn't really come from anybody else.
And when we talk about Fairy Tail and too much of it, I don't know. I feel like for Fairy Tail, it comes at the dumbest times. Like, we're going to start a serious battle, explosion. My top fell off. It's like, okay, that was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand if it's like a joke part, but
it rarely.
Well, for me, it just depends on what. I don't mind it ever. It's just if I see it, if it makes, like you were saying, if it makes sense or not. And also, like you said, if you expect it, then what's the problem? You can't complain about High School DxD if that's what the show is about, and you're like, oh, that show's too hypersexualized. So, well, that's what the show is. That's why it started.
Like, do you not see what the main character's goal was?
Yeah, it's like I think Orange is the anime where they go back in time to stop the guy from killing himself.
I think so.
Yeah, it's like when it really doesn't fit, that's when it's a problem. Like, did that make sense? No. Was it needed? No. And then, but for me, I also don't overreact to it. Like some people I read like online, they're like, oh, there was this fan service scene that just turned me away from the anime. I'm never gonna watch it again. It's like, no, I don't react that way.
Yeah, that's too much. If you got 6 episodes in and then it happens and you quit, you didn't really like the show to begin with, or you're just being a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Like I finished so many shows that had crappy storylines, but I already invested too much to just quit. Like I was gonna say Fairy Tail, but I did quit Fairy Tail for like 3 years, and then I got back into it because I already put so much time into it. I want to know what happened.
Yeah,
and I finished it. I saw the end and I was like, cool, I'm done. And now they're like Eden Zero. I'm like, no, because that's and we went Rave Master to Fairy Tail to Eden Zero. I'm done. I'm not gonna even bother looking at it.
He said no.
Wow.
I was gonna say Fairy Tail's that tournament arc. Honestly, is probably my favorite thing out of Fairy Tail.
Oh, the time skip after the time skip.
Yeah,
that was my absolute favorite part of the entire show.
Not to say that I'm underhanding the demon fights where they were going against the books at
the Zeref, the Book of Demons, or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not underhanding that or undermining it, or the whole what is his name, Zeref, all his people coming over from the other continent. Both those arcs are pretty cool. I just feel like the tournament arc had the most.
It did. It was too hype because they brought them all back after the time skip. You were so excited to see what they had new, even though it was like
they did it.
To be fair though, a lot of it was like other characters that were cooler. When when Natsu came back, I was kind of like, oh, let me guess, more fire techniques, and then you can eat fire, and then that's practically what it was.
Basically, like there was no real change in him. I'm all like, yo, if anything, you guys could have kept the whole different character look and design, and they didn't keep that. He went and got a haircut. It was basically the same Natsu, probably like with a different color t-shirt, and I was like, that's very disappointing.
Like, man, ink dropper. Bloop, done. New character.
To be honest, that's what they did with Luffy, but Luffy actually kind of got skills.
Yeah,
he got skills, but he still acts really goofy and slightly. He just knows how to act more serious in situations, and I appreciate that.
I'm kind of annoyed because as I'm watching the Samurai one, he still has flashbacks of him going to on the island with Riley, is that? I always never knew how to say his name, but he still has flashbacks about that, and every time it goes back to it, it's always a new power, and I'm like, you always learn something new, but
he spent 2 years on that island.
So they're just going to hide what he knows until he gets to that point? I mean, I guess, but I don't know, it bugs me. Like, sir, let's go back 3 arcs to go see what he did.
Sir,
it's like, okay.
This is how plot works.
I know.
This is how plot works, sir.
Well, if plot work is go forward, jump back real quick, go back forward, go back forward, back, it gets kind of annoying.
Plot is the Dragon Balls.
I don't want to see the last episode of One Piece and it be like, I gotta remember what Rayleigh's final lesson was, and all of a sudden it's him going like gear 10, and it's gonna kill him if he uses it. And it's like he's gonna use it, and the island almost died. And you're like, wait a minute.
So when did he get the 8 gates?
Yeah, exactly. All of a sudden it's like, but his body can handle it because his heart's made of rubber. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh yeah. Fillers should not exist.
No, I'm okay with them. There are some fillers that absolutely need to happen.
I was gonna say no, but
so fillers have a role and a reason. I will say that, and most people either don't know it or they don't accept it. And
I think I'm the don't accept part because I hate, and Slime did it too, where I'm up there waiting for this new episode to come out. I'm waiting. I've been a loyal fan, and out of nowhere, I get an episode where they decided to take on sumo wrestling.
What? You got but like I said, you got
exactly.
You got to fill in the free space.
Exactly. It's I get because you guys explained it to me what filler's for. I just don't care for it.
Well, see, that's the thing. I think Fairy Tail was the only show that I would ever defend. It's fillers because their filler only happens between arcs. Like as soon as the arc picks up, you don't really see fillers. It's like fighting, them running to the next fight, more fighting, talking about what's happening that's going to happen. Like I don't consider those fillers. Those are necessary to progress the plot in that one section. But once the arc's over, you get like 8 or 9 episodes of filler of all of them just doing dumb things, having fun, getting half naked half the time, doing dumb things. And it's like, it contributes nothing, but it's a small break.
I hate their fillers especially.
Oh, I do too. But I'm saying it's a nice break. It's like after I've watched 47 episodes straight, waiting for the final resolvement of the show or that arc and it's over, I'm not going to wait for the next episode. I'll be like, cool, I got 8 weeks to just not watch the show And then it's like, fillers are over, new arc started, let's go. You know, give me time to break.
All right, Naruto and Ichigo are bad protagonists.
Incorrect. Dude.
Lies. Okay.
First off, I kind of want to agree. Hold on.
No.
Wait,
About who? Because if you agree about Ichigo, I'm fighting you right here, right now.
Bro, you would lose that fight. Ichigo,
I know I would, but that don't mean nothing to me.
See?
So Ichigo, no. Hold on, real quick. Ichigo has a bad protagonist. He just never. I just hated the fact that he really didn't have no purpose for the whole entire show, other than rescuing Rukia and then maybe wanting to try to save the Soul Society. He
he was a normal high school student. What else was he supposed to do? He got dragged into a world to help somebody. Yeah, but that's the whole point.
The whole entire time, I'm all like, you really don't have a dog in this fight. Why are you here?
That was the point. He had no reason to be there, and then they dragged him farther in, and he was like, okay, now I have to do something about it. You can't just be like, it's not like an East guy where he's like, I'm in high school, I'm dead, now I'm God. Okay, but this one was like, I'm a normal high school student, and I'm realizing the world's not as it is. I don't think it makes him a bad character.
Real quick, is Ichigo probably like one of the most normal high school students that there ever were?
Yes, you know who my favorite character was in the entire show? Chad. That guy was awesome. He was like a Mexican with the cool demon arm. That guy was my hero as a kid.
Oh yeah, because he had a little thing called Diablo. You're right.
What's funny is...
So, but what about Naruto then?
Wait, what's funny is Ichigo act like, if you ever go back and see that episode where Chad talks about him being Mexican, Ichigo acts like he's never heard of Mexico.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was hilarious. Hey, but that was, I think, my main reason for liking. When I found out he was like Mexican, I was like, I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Like, I could have Diablo's powers too. I was just so hyped as a kid.
Naruto's not a bad... How is Naruto a bad character? You saw him grow up. You saw his progression.
I get that, but I think the storyline turned him bad at one point when it was like, I'm gonna do it for Sasuke, and then the entirety of the entire show was doing it for Sasuke. It's like,
if we're going off of that, I get why, because that's a dumb reason. Like, you know, oh my god, I gotta save my best friend and bring him back to the village, even though he's a total...
It was so not about Naruto that the creator wanted to name the anime Sasuke, just because it was literally about one guy chasing after another.
It could have been a girl, and it would have made a great romance story. That's literally how the entire story would have changed.
It would have been borderline stalker. Like, dude, get over her. They literally don't want you, and it's continuously embarrassing you and leaving you. I mean,
you say that, but
we
Sasuke
can say the same thing about Sakura during this whole entire show.
Literally got the worst girl pregnant, and she wasn't even the one there for him the entire time. It was Naruto. They might as well just got together at that point. Like, it was. I feel like Sakura and him had no connection, and it was like, you know what? Get her pregnant. And it's like, you all just doing this for story-wise for Boruto. Like, this
of course.
It 100% was. I feel the same way about Naruto and Hinata. Just the same way Sakura.
Once again,
so look at it. It's the same thing.
No,
it's the same thing. It's the same thing. The same way Sakura likes Sasuke is the same way Hinata like Naruto. Both those dudes did not pay no attention to those females.
Wanna know why? All. He said so. Naruto said the reason why is because he wanted to make sure that everything was settled and cleared.
First and foremost, did you see Naruto the Last?
Yes, we've seen the movie.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
They explain it. Naruto goes back and he sees the memory and he sees like how much effort, like she was in love with him and he didn't.
Oh,
you noticed that 10 years later, dude. You literally noticed it 10 years later.
He saw that, he's like, oh my god,
bad protagonist, right? Because he had a one-track mind. I have to go save my friend Sasuke, and then when he got put,
I have to become Hokage.
Yeah, and then once he got put into that thing and he realized how much Hinata was trying to be there, trying to be the best, so she could stand next to him and feel proud. And he realized that he's like, I didn't care. He didn't care about any of that. He just like
in love.
He was like
literal love.
Yeah, exactly. And he went to the the moon or something?
The literal moon.
He went to the literal moon to get her back. If you're telling me he didn't have any feelings toward her, then you crazy. I wouldn't go to the moon for anybody unless I was like willing to kill myself to fight somebody who could possibly beat me and take the girl of my dreams.
I still say once again, like, both these dudes settle for their childhood stalker.
Oh my god.
No.
They settle for their childhood stalkers.
No.
For 10 years, neither one
You
of
can't
these
say he
dudes-
settled if he fell in love with her.
Besides, he was in love with Sakura.
He didn't even get the girl who he chased after how many years for?
And remember, he quit on her because he stopped liking her.
He quit on her because he's like, yo, she's never going to choose me.
No, he quit on her because he realized she was fake. She is all like, "Oh, I love you, Naruto," and he's all like,
Was that when he used
Get out of
the
my
transformation jutsu and he turned into Sasuke? Or maybe that was a lot.
Remember, because she was trying to stop him from going after him, and so she's like, "I love you, Naruto. You don't have to go after him no more."
Right before that, and he's like, "No."
Exactly.
And
And
I was happy for that. And who was there encouraging him? Who was like in the back, like, I hope he can do it. I hope he gets his friend back. She didn't tell him, "Don't go." She said, do what feels right.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm
No.
not going to say that.
He's
I'm
not
not.
gonna. Xyerci's just looking.
Xyerci's like, I've still never even seen the show.
Yeah, I don't have a dog in this fight. I've never seen Naruto.
He's all like, these guys are really going at it.
All right, we're going to go to this one. Demon Slayer episode 19 wasn't that special.
Never seen Demon Slayer.
Once again. Okay, I know we talked about this before. I'm going to tell you right now. It's a literal whole new technique. It's like him going Super Saiyan.
It's him
he
breathing
literally
different.
This is techniques,
burns
isn't it?
the blood. Or Nezuko. Okay, let me calm down. Nezuko, not even just Tanjiro. He goes from these water techniques to the fire techniques that his father passed down to him. And then Nezuko, being a whole demon that she is, her not having her mind completely right. She noticed that her brother's in trouble and he learned a new technique. So she's all like, burn my blood and all
I know about the show is that he can breathe water and fire, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I'm still not going to watch it.
I mean,
Unless it's on our list.
if I'm being all honest, go ahead.
If
I'm being all honest,
if it's not on her list, I'm not watching it.
it's all metaphorical. They're not actually bending these techniques. They like waterbenders. They're not literal waterbenders or firebenders or lightning benders.
What about the girl with the butterflies? No?
It's all metaphorical. These are just
Oh, okay,
techniques
cool.
that they use. Like the one guy, and I forget his name, but basically the guy who who told Tanjiro to be a demon slayer. He, like after Tanjiro can beat the last guy, he comes in and he goes like, don't hate me since I don't know the technique. He's like 5th water breathing technique, water wave. And he just waves his arm, cuts everything in the vicinity, dude.
But there was no literal water, right?
There was no literal water.
Okay. If I would have known that, still regardless, I'd feel even less inclined to watch the show knowing that it's all metaphor.
But it looks so
I know. I've seen the
dang
GIFs, I've
awesome.
seen the YouTube clips. Everybody was going nuts over it for like
because it's so gosh dang awesome, dog. Tanjiro learning this fire technique and Nezuko even learning it. I am so upset. It's confirmed that they're coming out with it's coming back to America, or they're coming out with the next season. They just put out the movie saying that the movie was good to go. But oh my god, y'all. Demon Slayer is low-key underrated by the masses that I'm looking at right now.
It's not.
I was like, I
underrated.
would
don't
say
It's
don't
nothing
put me
special.
there. I just haven't watched it because I've been bad with watching anime.
Oh my god, Demon Slayer.
It's not all
If
that.
we're
I've
talking
seen
about
it.
Big
I've
Three,
seen it.
I will be front and center saying that Demon Slayer is a part of the new Big Three. I will put my vote in their first ballot.
well, at least some of the ballot's pretty low, so
And we will see you guys next week.
Okay,
Peace.
Forget all y'all. Okay, your favorite anime is dumb. Your favorite anime, I forgot.
Somebody's
even know
feeling
you.
is hurt. I just want to say that. Somebody's
Man,
feeling.
I don't even think I know my own favorite anime.
Yeah, that's a hard question. All right, on to the next one.
Whatever.
Naruto has the best cast of characters in Shonen, and it isn't even close.
I wouldn't say it's not close. It's
They have some
After-
good characters. I
They
think
have
we
some
talked about
good
this too.
characters.
I don't even like half the characters they have. The guy with bugs, I don't.
Shino, yeah.
I don't even like him. The guy with the
was
dog,
dope, though.
I like this dog more than him.
Kiba,
Yeah. The fat guy who turns skinny and eats a pill.
Choji.
I thought that guy was pretty cool. Except his skill was rolling into a ball. I thought that was really dumb.
Something expansion jutsu.
Ino, the one who can mind control people.
Yeah.
I thought she was cool, but I think I've only seen her ability like twice. I don't think I've ever seen her after that.
Who's your favorite character again?
In what?
Naruto.
In Naruto?
I remember what you said.
Uh.
Tamari.
Oh yeah, Tenmari. I was thinking the shadow guy, and I was like, I think he was my second.
Shikamaru.
I liked him, but it didn't matter because didn't those two get together, Tenmari? Yeah. And I was so happy when I saw it. I was like, I was like, two of my favorite characters got together.
The one couple you were rooting for that nobody else thought.
That's I like that a lot though. But bad characters? I don't know what I was gonna say anymore.
Tamari is. I don't know why you like Tamari.
I told you, her a giant fan. I don't know, it's cool. She like throws wind and stuff, and I don't know. When I was a kid, I thought it was the coolest power ever. That I could have a giant fan and blow wind at people.
You know who also throws wind? Inuyasha, but I don't hear you talk about him.
I've never seen the show and never will. Because all I know is Kagome gets yelled 1,000 different times, and it's about a dude who falls in love with a girl. She dies, she gets resurrected, and he can't fall in love with her even though it's her soul in that body or something because the old version of her died. Yeah, no, that just sounds convoluted and dumb.
Oddly enough, I'm actually rewatching it. What it is Kagome is a reincarnation of his true love, Kikyo.
So I was still right.
And Kagome was a part of this ritual that this one priestess was doing, and she took out she was going to transfer all of Kagome's soul into the Kikyo, and then what happened was her Kagome's will is so powerful that she brought her own soul back into her body, but all the anger was still left in Kikyo. So it's just an angry mud body just walking around.
Yeah, I'm not watching it.
I loved Inuyasha when it was coming out on Toonami, Adult Swim or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was watching, but thought it was really cool and I loved it. And,
oh yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I was like, cool. I want to be like Inuyasha, pull out a freaking huge sword.
That's how I felt about Bleach. I want to pull out a giant sword.
Who's winning the fight, Ichigo or Inuyasha?
Depends. Are we going full powers? Because Ichigo could literally go full Bankai.
Ichigo at the end of the series
Ichigo's going to win that one.
More.
And I was like, even if Ichigo dies, isn't he just going to turn into a full Rancor and just murder him anyway?
Yeah.
I was like
halfway through the series, Ichigo just starts overpowering him.
And are we allowed to use uncanny? Because he also has demon, that hell armor. What else is there? He has a bunch of uncanny stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. No Game, No Life is the...
What? Hold on. What?
No Game, No Life is the worst isekai and most overrated one. It also had the worst harem.
Nope. To this day, I will watch all the episodes over and over and not complain about a single episode.
I've seen the first season 3 times and still don't understand why it hasn't been picked up for a second season.
I'm still waiting. I watched the movie and was like, I cried to tears and I was like, cool. Does this mean we're getting another season? Nope.
I don't want to talk about a sad subject. That's just going to make me sad even more. So I'm going to just stay out.
You mean like how Xyerci feels about High School of the Dead?
Yeah.
I can't wait for the second season. 7 years later.
Still nothing.
It's still going to come out.
No, that's the first. That's the anime that got me into being a weeb.
Really?
Because like I don't know about you guys, but my story is I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, Digimon, Pokemon, but I didn't know what anime was. To me, they were just cartoons. And I didn't know what anime was until 2013 when a girl I knew from high school was like, hey, I think you'd like this show on Netflix. It's called High School of the Dead. And you remind me of one of the characters because... And
I think I talked about this
and of course, it's the fat kid who was in America and knows a lot about guns because that's basically me.
Yeah.
And I watched it. I immediately fell in love, and I was like, "This is the greatest show ever. I'll never watch anything else because it's the same thing." I joined Facebook fan groups and stuff like that for it, and I was like, "Cool, season 2." And it's just like it never came, and it never came.
Man, what brought me onto it? I think for me, I think it was the same thing. It was 2012 though. I didn't know anything about anime. It was my freshman year of high school. I was doing football, and I met my friend Human, and I was playing a Game Boy with him. And me and him became best friends over a Game Boy. And then when school started, because we were doing football early, he's like, want to hang out with me in the morning? I was like, sure. And he hung out with these kids who I thought were the biggest losers in the world. They just sat there reading manga and didn't do nothing. I was like, these guys are the epitome of losers. I'm like, we can go play football or something. Well, that's where I was wrong. Because then I started hanging out with him more and more. And then he's like, you want to come to my house? Sure. And then I watched Rosario Vampires. And I think that's what dragged me. I watched Rosario Vampires and I was like, I don't know who this Sukune guy is, but he is so cool. I'm like, imagine being in love with a vampire, and then there's a succubus who likes you, and there's like a frost lady. I thought that was the greatest anime of my entire life.
That's a harem.
And that's what pulled me into animes. Except I read the manga, and I'm mad because it just had the stupid harem ending when you know damn well who he should have chose because it was through the entire story. Just, it bugs me.
I think Inuyasha, like a lot for us, like when we were watching as a kid, that's the thing that pulled me into anime. Just because, like Xyerci said, you grew up watching Pokemon, Digimon, Dragon Ball Z, and you thought they were cartoons. And then I started watching Inuyasha, and I just noticed something was different. And I was like, whatever this is, I need more of it, and I'm gonna keep watching it.
This is a really gory cartoon. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
More than that, they actually kill each other.
I think that's why I was confused too about Rosanna Vampires. There's a lot of killing and a lot of underwear and bras, and I was like, cartoons don't do this. Like,
even like Samurai Champloo, when you see dudes getting their arms cut off, heads cut off, I was like, whoa, this ain't. My mom wouldn't let me watch this. What is this?
That's why I loved Toonami when it came on, because at one point my dad was like, I don't care what you watch as long as you know you're not watching. I was like, this is better.
Well, sir.
And I don't know how your parents were, because every time it was with a lot of stuff, like watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon, or even playing with those cards, even playing GTA 3, my mom would be like, Eso es el diablo. That's the devil. Mm-hmm. So if you imagine the mom from The Waterboy, where it's like, da da da, that's the devil. That was my mom. It's like, you're watching Pokemon? That's the devil.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just looked at her and I'm like, no. And I just continue watching.
No.
That's funny because my dad, it was different between my dad and my stepmom. With my dad, it was like, what are you watching? Cartoons? Why don't you go outside and play? Because nobody's home right now. Why don't you go and clean my yard then? I don't want to. He's like, go cut my yard. And I cut his yard and I'd go back and just watch cartoons. Exactly. It was like, he didn't really care. He just didn't want me in the house. And my stepmom, it was like, stop watching these. These are dumb. And it was only because she walked in when I think my buddy Robert let me borrow Code Geass. And I was watching Code Geass. And she walked in and she was watching it with me for like a good 30 seconds. And I think he killed somebody and it was like blood everywhere. Oh, yeah. And she was like, you shouldn't be watching this. What is this? And I was like, my friend Robert let me borrow it. And then she got mad at Robert, but she didn't like get mad at him. She got mad at me and told me to give it back. So I never finished it, and I don't think I ever was going to continue.
I'm this close to finishing Code Geass. There's 3 seasons, right?
No, it's only 2 with 25 episodes. No, like 20 episodes apiece.
Okay. I'm like,
I got 4 episodes.
Maybe 2/3 of the second season I have left. And I was like super into it. Where did I start watching? I think it was on Hulu or Netflix. And I picked it up and I thought, because I actually like mechas. I loved it, and then I think they took it off of Netflix or they took it off of Hulu, so I dropped it after that, and then somebody picked it back up, and I just still haven't finished it. But I'm like this close to finishing it.
Finish it. Like, it has like the ending always throws me for a
well,
loop.
And aren't they releasing a movie or another season?
There's a movie, but I think they're trying to come out with some more seasons. I heard some rumors about it, but nothing else more than that.
Okay.
I was like, I never watched it, and I got the end spoiled for me, so I never watched it anyway.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's the only reason why I never continued it.
I would still say go back and watch it just because it's still going to hold that weight.
There's
it's still going to be like,
if once a show gets ended for me like that, I don't really care to watch it anymore.
I'm going to force you to watch it.
That's good. Good luck, because nobody can force me to do anything I don't want to anymore.
I'll tackle you.
For me, unless I read a word-for-word description of how the show ended, usually people can't describe anywhere near how it ends. So I don't care. So if somebody spoils something for me, and they're like, oh yeah, this like Darth Vader is Luke's father. Warning.
Why did you tell me?
50-year-old spoiler. No, but it's just like, yeah, but it's like they just describe it so minimally that when you actually watch them, and you're like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, they spoiled it for me, but they didn't say this, or this.
That's me. That's with me with reading the light novel. I know how a lot of animes end, but even then, I want to see some of them end because I love them. Like Snafu. I knew it was going to happen at the end, but I wanted to see it. Because I read the light novel, and the way they described it, they don't show you what happens, or you don't really feel some of the atmosphere sometimes, but I definitely felt when I watched it, and I was super excited when I saw it. It was great.
All right. That was weird. We kind of like, we're talking about a subject. We took a road, and then we started
split hard.
Yeah. What's that word called? There's a word for that. Tangent. We're not on a tangent.
Strong tangent.
All right, what's the next question?
I think that's all for today, guys.
Is it really?
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
We
were getting into that.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Okay, let's do it like this. I want to throw like maybe a couple more subjects in there. And I just saw you were passing it. Are comedic characters? Does the show need comedic characters or comic release, or is it just better off without them?
Situational.
Yeah, it's very situational. I'm trying to think. Like almost every show I think of has some funny character. Like the Familiars.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is that as soon as you started said that question, the first character that popped to mind was I think the dude with the bandana from what's the
I know what you're talking about. The one where
from Angel Beats.
Yeah, Angel Beats.
Yeah, the dude with the bandana. That's the first character of all the animes I've ever watched. That's the first character that popped into my mind, and I was like, that guy's really funny. I like him, and that show is like super serious. Well, I don't know how for you guys, but it's just like super serious and dramatic. Mm-hmm. And then he's just there, and he just makes you laugh.
But that's the good thing because he also gets serious at one of the episodes, and it makes you feel for him more. Like, oh, he has that I'm funny guy, but when he's serious, you're just like, wow, like it hurts a little more because you're expecting him to be funny about it. And he's just like, huh, yeah, and then you're just like, oh, well, dang, it hits harder.
Okay, because I seen like he was scrolling past and I saw what's his name? I saw Zemetsu and also Inosuke. Those once again, y'all haven't seen Demon Slayer.
I don't know what you're talking about. Just keep going.
Is that the pig mask dude?
Yeah. So they both could be comic relief characters to me because Zemetsu is just the weird guy who's in love with dude's sister, and he's all like, "Bro, you are one freaking creep."
Nezuko-chan.
Yeah, and then
my sisters do that at the house all the time.
Really?
Yeah, my brother will walk into the kitchen and my sister will be like, Nezuko-chan, and he'll run at her.
That's funny. And then Inosuke, like the moment you meet Inosuke, he's this high intense character, and he's like the muscle bound knucklehead character, but he's so funny when Tanjiro's kind of fighting him, and he's all like, "Oh, you think you could beat me?" Dude reaches back, does like this whole bend of the back thing, and grabs his ankles. He's like, "I am the best flexible one," and it's like, what the heck am I watching?
And I think comic reliefs is good. But it depends on, like, you can't be in the middle of a fight and then the guys start making jokes. It breaks away from the fight scene. It's like, all right, cool. He got his joke in.
In defense of that, they become friends afterwards, so it wasn't.
But I don't consider that like a too serious fight. I mean, like if Aizen and Ichigo were fighting like at the end, and all of a sudden, the guy with the bandana, what is his name?
I know what you're talking about.
If he started cracking a joke, and it's like this is neither the time nor the place. Like one of us is gonna die or lose something. Like it's one of those things.
Which, if you haven't seen it, nobody dies.
No, nobody dies.
What do you mean nobody dies?
Wouldn't that be considered a spoiler anyway?
Yeah. Aizen did not die.
I know he didn't die, but I'm saying like.
I guess not. Aizen. That's why low key he's one of my favorite, and I think he's like legit my favorite villain. Because they did so much. It took the entire Soul Society to fight this guy, and he still did not die.
But it only took one person to get him.
After he had to unlock something that was like not even his mind frame.
Well, he didn't want to kill him anyway. That's the whole point.
No. He couldn't. You can't kill Aizen.
Well, I figured that, but I'm saying like he wasn't going to anyway. Ichigo didn't want to kill him.
Oh no, Ichigo unlocked the mode where the move would have had to have killed you. He split him in half.
I don't think it works like that because it's not their real body. I thought. No, it's the Reaper form.
He would have died. Let's just say this right now. Aizen, they were going for death.
The old guy reminds me of Master Roshi. Now I think about it. No, because I started thinking about the old guy with the cool beard and how he's all ripped, and I was
Yamamoto.
like, yeah, and I was like, he reminds me of Yoshi, Master Yoshi.
Old guys in anime
are cool.
Are usually top tier. Roshi with the Kamehameha, Yamamoto, where he could literally like raise hell. Yeah, dudes are freaking top tier.
All right, next question. All right, are we done?
Wait, hold on, real quick. Yeah, unless you got one more in there, I got one. Can shonen continue without the isekai? I don't know if we want to call it trope or like a very like a strong subgenre.
You know how to break that? Just have him already in the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like instead of him being killed by a truck and spawning there, you could even isekai the phone to him, and he'd be like, oh, what's this? Oh, now he's powerful because he found a phone.
Hey, that
he didn't get isekai'd. Or I'm super overpowered because my mom's an angel, my dad's a devil. Okay, cool. We didn't need to give him stupidly overpowered powers. He's in the world already. Just has powers.
I like that twist that Rocky
But I think
just threw
like
out
the
there.
reason why so many people does the whole isekai is just because they have
It's fun.
knowledge
Yeah.
from a different world. So that's just like every time like they get the little status one to pop up. Oh, it's just like a video game. I hate that reference from the bottom of my heart, but it's the easiest way that people can like compare apples to apples.
I think the thing that makes you mad about it, because it makes me mad about it, is that it's like I can see my stat. I'm like, first off, when you play a game, most of us don't go to our stat bar. We start killing crap until we get an item and we level up. Then we'll go to our stat bar. I don't know about you, and it's all RPG based. So you tell me that nobody's ever played a shooter, but you pause the game, you ain't gonna see a stat bar,
Right.
Yeah.
For me personally, they could deal without them, but why? Isekais are fun to look at. Isekais are fun to play around with.
People just have problems. I don't really have a problem with it.
And if you're like slime, it just works. It just is okay. I can't spoil it because it's still going, but I want to talk about it so bad. I still got to watch the newest episode too.
That's why I read a lot of mangas about isekais. Like there's one where the guy gets put into the world and he ends up marrying a wolf girl because she goes to kill him and he spares her and she's like, "You're supposed to kill me," and he goes, "But you're pretty, I won't kill you." And she's like, "Then you have to marry me." And he goes, "Okay." And I was like, that I like. First 5 chapters.
Talking about Spice and Wolf?
No. Spice, he doesn't. What?
I don't know, man. I've never seen Spice and Wolf. I just know people like
Watch it. It's freaking amazing.
I actually finished that one because it had romance in it. That's why I liked it. And I meant the manga. I finished the manga.
Was there a manga of it? I never could.
Or a light novel. I finished the light novel. My bad.
Oh wow, I need to finish it.
I read. I can't tell you if you were gonna finish it now.
All right, you just tell me because I'm all like, well, there's some things you just gotta be told versus going and exploring yourself.
It's up to you.
We'll talk about that after.
I guess I got one final one.
Wait, Xyerci, do you have one real quick?
No, not that I can think of it right now.
Okay,
I know. Remember, we're the video game guys, not the.
Yeah, exactly my point. Do you guys think anime games are all the same, or do they have some like weight to actually being good games?
Most of the anime games I've ever played are not good. The worst one I ever played, in which sorry Rocky, it was the worst $60 I've ever spent, was the that game that was an anime with the monsters and they had the equipment attached to them, and
I was like,
and it had like a virus that
Code
Vein?
Code Vein?
No. Damn it. I need to find it, but
I'll only think of a prototype now.
No, we played it. It was me, you, and Kidshot. We all played it, and it was literally you take 20 minutes to load into its tiny little map. You do the mission.
Oh yeah, it was a really crappy version of Monster Hunter. You're talking about
the anime was okay.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but I absolutely hated the game too. I didn't tell you to buy it. I think Robert told you to buy it.
No, I bought it because you guys were playing, and I was like, should I buy it? And you guys said yes, and I bought it.
I don't remember saying yes because I didn't like it because Robert was like, "We're gonna like this," and I'm like, I played it and it was so boring because it's literally a really crappy version of Monster Hunter. You go into an arena, you fight little minions, and you're there to kill one giant boss. I'm like, Monster Hunter does this way better, and the weapons are more fluid, the movement's better. It just all around was not good.
And it's not Code Vein?
I liked Code Vein, but I never beat it because I switched off my Xbox to my PC.
I'm not gonna lie, I only played the demo Code Vein. I was like, this is kind of cool. And then I realized it's just Dark Souls, but anime form.
I love Dark Souls games. I beat 1, 2, and 3 too many times to count. I can't wait if there's a 4th one.
My problem with anime video games is that most and all of them are all beat 'em ups.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you ever played Dynasty Warriors, it is literally the same format.
Wait.
Dynasty Warriors is fun though.
Yeah, I don't care.
Dynasty Warriors was fun for the first hour.
No,
literally.
Okay, if you ever want to know how much me and Kishshot got into that game, me and him played Dynasty Warriors Orochi 2 or whatever. Warriors Orochi 2. We played it so much. We beat everything. We went to the Rift. We beat everything. We got all the way to the final boss of the like, not the main game, but that's like a hell dungeon or whatever. We got through all of that and we had so much fun. And if another one came out right now, I'd buy it and I just play it.
Really?
If you want to talk about the same game,
literally the same attack button, then hitting your special.
You play Call of Duty the same way.
No,
you play
switch up
MLB the
weapons.
same way. You play basketball games too.
I don't play those games. I don't play sports games. Don't you
But
dare
at the same time-
insult me like that. I'm your
Wait,
friend.
what are you gonna say?
I'm your friend. You don't insult me like that.
Are you gonna say things change? Because in every one of the games, abilities change.
But
There are
if you're
different
gonna talk
characters,
about like
different
that,
weapon types.
you just touch the same buttons, then that's every game ever because you need the same thing.
Then it's not a valid argument.
But what are you talking about?
All of a sudden, now
You're talking about MLB and all them being the same. At least you have to make a decision to where to go. Like if I'm going like with Madden, you have.
So you tell me there's not a decision on what characters to bring into certain fights? There's not a decision on when to use your powers to kill certain bosses? There's not a decision to...
No, not when it comes to Dynasty Warriors.
I think it is. You guys, I don't think you guys
It's a
ever got...
wave of enemies.
No, I don't
that
think you guys
just
ever
hit.
got as far as... If you get into the really hard dungeon, it's like defeat the 7 generals and there's 10 of them. There's some battles you're not going to want to fight. There's going to be like, you're going to fight... You can fight Orochi himself. And I'm like, no, he's going to wipe me. I don't care how many ults I use on him. He's going to wipe me. I won't fight him. I'll leave. I'll get all my ults, hit him with it again, and leave and go do it again.
Oh my god.
It's because you all play like, oh, we play the first hour. Cool. You're doing like the baby stuff where you're learning your character. You get to fight like different characters, get different abilities. No, you learn what abilities are good for certain people. Like, I'm not going to use certain characters who ability attack straight. No, if I'm surrounded, I'm going to get one that groups everybody together, and then I'll use my other guy's alt who blows them all away because then it works in tangent.
Makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. That argument is so invalid that it doesn't. It's unfair that you guys be like, you do the same thing. Did you play it long enough to say that? No.
Here's the thing. I was gonna say like maybe Jump Force and J Stars were different, but apparently people hated those games.
I bought Jump Force and I played like an hour of it. And I think the only reason I didn't like it is because I didn't get to pick the characters I wanted right off the bat. I think you start off with like Goku and Ichigo and stuff like that. You started with like base characters, and I was like, these aren't the people I wanted, and I didn't want to put any more time after that.
I'm not gonna lie, I started playing it. I got my butt beat by like Doflamingo and Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star, and my spirit has been crushed, and I was
and
like,
they're spammers.
I don't want to play it.
I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
AIs are spammers. That's how I felt about
Exactly.
That is true.
what's that one game where they have the guy with the giant sword? He's
Soul Calibur?
Soul Calibur. I absolutely to this day hate Soul Calibur, and I will never play it because the last time I was playing, I was thinking I'm pretty good, so I played it on hard difficulty. I was doing okay until I got to Nightmare, and all he did was grab, slam. Like, is this all he's gonna do to me the whole fight? I'm over here doing intricate combos, and he's just grab slamming me.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find the name of the game. It's called God Eater.
God Eater, yeah.
God Eater.
And
wow.
I looked at the reviews. Apparently, it's loved by everybody else because it's very positive. But when I played it, it was awful. It was boring, and it was the definition of repetitive.
I know a lot of people like the anime. I didn't even know it had a game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I don't know if it's
the
the
anime was.
I'm not sure if the game is an adaptation or the anime is an adaptation. But and I think the anime is all 3D.
Yeah,
I think it's all.
That's why I didn't get into the anime, because I was like, this form looks very weird to me.
I mean, I don't mind as long as it's done well, but I don't mind an 3D animated anime as long as it's done well. I don't like the super hyper realized one like the Gantz on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
that turns me off. I mean, the plot of the story was great, but I would never ever watch another animation like that because that doesn't.
It
I don't like it.
Yeah, I think okay. If we're still gonna talk about that last thing, I think we missed the whole point of the JRPGs because we totally went off of like runarounds and beat 'em ups. That was not anywhere near JRPG. I played a lot of anime RPG games. I played God, I keep trying to remember the names off the top of my head. Infinite Undiscovery is a JRPG. But Infinite Undiscovery is one. You're a kid who was born under a new moon, which means you have no powers whatsoever, and you have to be born under a certain moon type to have powers.
What was it called again?
Infinite Undiscovery.
I think I've heard of this.
Your dad goes back in time to protect you. You don't find out he's your dad until he dies. And then they are like, we can't have the only person in the world who is everybody's hero just die. So they make you adorn your dad's dead armor so that you could become your dad. So everybody looks at you like you're the hero. And it pretty much starts the same. You're with a girl. She's helping you do small little missions. And all of a sudden you're fighting God. And it's like that one picture where it's like you're literally you have to get to like the moon. The Earth is chained, and it's setting monsters to the planet or the planet, and it's killing people. You were supposed to go and set the Earth free or something like that. I'm probably horribly murdering what the storyline is. I just remember you get the girl at the end, and you go to the moon through this like infinite staircase, and you have to cut these chains with a sword, and it releases the planet from it. And
that sounds so familiar.
So Japanese Doom Hunter.
Practically. And so, but like a lot of the games are like that. The JRPGs are pretty much you have to kill God at the end, and not even like your God or so. It's somebody who has a God complex or is a God who wants to rule the world. I mean, it's not saying it's a bad thing. They could have good backgrounds. I don't care. I mean, let's be honest. What else is he going to be? He's a baker who got mad because somebody didn't pay for his bread, so he became evil. Like that's not going to work. Obviously, you want a guy who's powerful, who's corrupted, who wants to take over the world.
That sounds like Shingeki no Soma's plot for some reason. I don't know why immediately I thought of that. I was like, could you imagine someone making something and dude said it was just disgusting, and he can't cook, and someone just going off like, I will kill you.
Well, but like I've said, in terms of JRPGs, I play a lot. I love JRPGs. I play them constantly. I just when I'm put on the spotlight, I can't remember any of their names.
Yeah.
But I think my only problem is the grind. I hate grinding. But sometimes
that's what they do. A lot of them suffer from that though, having to grind
constantly.
At a certain point,
that's my biggest thing with it is grinding. I hate grinding, but obviously it's a major part of the game. You know, they don't want you to.
Well, are we talking about like anime games or anime styled games?
Are you talking about like Final Fantasy? Because I feel like you're gonna say Final Fantasy.
Well, no, I was gonna say like
is Final Fantasy a JRPG?
Yeah, well, because I was gonna say are you guys talking about anime styled or like Dragon Ball Z's anime game? Because that's what I was thinking. I was thinking when you said anime game, I was thinking like like the Sword Art Online games or the Dragon Ball Z games.
Right.
No, I think Sword Art Online is considered a JRPG, but not Dragon Ball Z because that's a beat 'em up.
No,
well,
I mean
that's
like
not even a beat 'em up. Are we talking about like the Budokai series?
Well, Budokai series, it was like a checkered board where you just go and go to the next person and you beat them. That's still a beat 'em up to me. It's not a JRPG.
Okay.
I think that's the only fighting game I've ever liked. I hate fighting games.
That's what boring. I think. I think it's just a fighting game to me. I just like on the lines of like Tekken and Street Fighter. That's all I remember for it. Other than there's story to it, but it's just the good old Dragon Ball Z story. I didn't really think of it as anything else but just a fighter game.
Yeah, I get that. So, but yeah, JRPG they can be repetitive.
Okay. Do we have any more else guys we want to say before we end today's finale for season 1?
That was pretty good.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in for season 1. We will definitely be putting out season 2 very, very soon right behind it. We're going to continue.
Yes,
Sorry for the strong delay, but we will be back with it, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. It'll be a lot more smoother, hopefully. I am going to get us up on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and all such of that. Social media platforms will be big. And watch out for, YouTube's in the community section. Hopefully we can get a lot of memes and GIFs and voting systems jumping off over there.
Yep. So, guys, remember, also check us out at our website, www.mavreaks.com. That is MAVREAKS.com. And if you guys ever want to hit us up, our emails are mavericks@gmail.com, MAVREAKS@gmail.com.
Or hit us up at BBEMAV2020@gmail.com. That's BBEMAV2020@gmail.com.
All right. And also check out the YouTube too.
Yeah, the YouTube MAV show.
M.A.V. Yep. The M.A.V. show on YouTube.
M.A.V. show.
Check out Rocky and I and House of Phoenix YouTube channel where we play video games. And we'd love to see these knuckleheads sitting in front of me on there too.
Apex Legends are coming.
They will be there. All right, guys. If that's it, we will see you next week.
Peace.
Later.
Bye.